The Clippers host the Bucks tonight on ESPN at 10 p.m. And if you tune in, there's one thing you will not see, and that is Kawhi Leonard playing basketball. This will now be the Clippers' 8th game and the second time that he is not playing due to load management. Jalen, what do you feel about this?
I've been talking about this for the 8 years that we've been on this show. What ends up happening is fans and media should take the blame for this, David Jacoby.
Oh,
And
you're
here's
blaming me.
why.
Okay.
Yes, I'm blaming you and the fans. Here's why. Because you guys have shown players you don't care about the journey, the 82-game season. You care about the destination. You dumb it down so very much that the regular season becomes irrelevant to you and how you analyze players, and you only talk about how many championships people have won. So let me tell you, players today are more skilled than ever. They're also smarter than ever and have more access to information than ever. So therefore, if you're gonna judge me by analytics, okay, I'm only gonna take an open three-point shot now. Oh, you really care about my assist to turnover ratio? I'm not gonna take chances, especially in my contract year. Players are intelligent, and so I now wanted to do a distinction of why this got started. Another person I want to blame, Air Jordan.
Oh.
His level of greatness has elevated the game to the point where he won his 6 championships and his 6 finals MVP. That became a standard. Put the graphic up here. I want to show everybody something.
What are you going to show
There's
us?
5 people in the history of the NBA that have won 3 titles and 3 finals MVPs. Kawhi has a chance to join this class. KD has a chance to join this class. There's greatness, and then there's dominance. So players have figured out, oh, y'all gonna only judge me by this championship level standard. So therefore, I don't mind missing the 5th game of the regular season. I don't mind missing the 12th game of the regular season because people like you are gonna defend it while like people like me attend these basketball games and watch them on a nightly basis and want to see the best players compete for the fans who have done so much to grow the game.
So, Jalen, when you first put on your sneakers in training camp, the idea is to bring that team a championship, right? That is the plan. That is what you're supposed to do. So why do we not judge championships as the most important statistic, especially when you look at Kawhi Leonard, what he did with the Raptors last year with the load management and how he carried that team with contributions from other players, but he carried that Raptors team to a championship. If you were the Clippers and you were Doc Rivers, wouldn't you just copy and paste that same strategy this season?
Jacoby, as an NBA player, you have an obligation to show up to work on a nightly basis and put out a great product in the regular season. That's what you put your gym shoes on for. Then when the playoffs come, you turn it up a notch and you show who's the king of the court at that point of the season. That's why you have players of the week, you have players of the month. That's why you have a regular season MVP. And then for the postseason, that's why you have a finals MVP. And so now that players have realized that you're gonna dumb me down and only judge me by stats, only judge me by championships, oh, the regular season's gonna be meaningless to me too in 10 games into the regular season.
So I agree with you philosophically, but I do want to point something out. Like when Coach Fizdale talked about playing RJ Barrett for 41 minutes, he's like, what are we talking about? We've gotten too crazy with this load management thing. And I completely agree with him. He's got a young team with young legs, and RJ Barrett does not have an injury history the same way some of these other people do. But my question for you is this. Players like Joel Embiid, players like Kawhi Leonard last year, a player like Russell Westbrook who sat out a game, who had some surgeries. Like, when it comes to players like that have dealt with injury histories, doesn't load management just make sense?
There's load management is not just the minutes that you play on the box score. Okay, it's a holistic approach that a team and an athlete is using. It's how much you sleep, how much you practice. It's not just the numbers on the box score. Okay, as it relates to players in today's game, you mentioned RJ Barrett for an example, a young player. He has no history of injury. So the guys that you just named, Last year for Kawhi Leonard, this year for Russell Westbrook, Joel Embiid, since he got in the league, that's recovery. That's different from load management. We both know the difference between somebody nursing an injury to somebody being 100% and resting and not playing in the game and putting load management on the box score. Those are way different distinctions.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports, highlights, and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.